Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the main object of the bill is to review and harmonize disciplinary procedures in the medical sector. Review and harmonize. Namely, in the Allied Health Professional Council of Mauritius, the Dental Council of Mauritius, the Medical Council of Mauritius, and the Pharmacy Council of Mauritius. We have no problem with regard to the harmonization of the procedure in these institutions, in this council. It's good, not only for the doctors, but it's also good, but I'll come later with regard to the victim, but at least it's good for the victim as well to know that what is the procedure when they made a complaint and what is the time limit. I'll come again to the time limit as referred by the Honorable Leader of the Opposition. So we have no disagreement with harmonization. But when it comes to reviewing certain sections of the bills in all these institutions, we have some concern. I heard the Honorable Minister say there has been long consultation, many consultation with the stakeholders. You know, I did not have time because we were busy with the budget, but yesterday I spent the whole day consulting each and every person concerned, be it the dentist, be it the medical, be it the pharmacy, be it most of the professionals. Most of them did not know certain reviewing things that we are going to review in that bill. And they are concerned. They are concerned about what we are reviewing. I'll take one example. In this bill, we are doing away with Section 26 of the Allied Health Professionals Council Act, Section 26, and we will replace it by another section. And what does, and it's true, that this Section 26 does not appear in the Pharmacy Council Act, the Medical Council Act, and the Dental Council Act. But it is the latest bill which we voted in 2017, last year, 1.5 years before, in September 2017. So it has the latest requirement when it comes to natural justice and procedures. What does that bill say? That Section 26, which we are going to delete, said, where after a preliminary investigation, the Council considers it necessary to prefer charges against an allied health professional, it shall forward the allied health professional a statement of those charges and call upon him to state in writing before such time and such date as the Council may specify any ground on which he relies to exculpate himself. This is the basic principle of natural justice. When you intend to charge somebody, you give him an opportunity. The first time he should be given an opportunity to explain himself so as to exculpate himself. And now what we are doing away with that. And this becomes more important because in the amendment we are proposing today when it comes to disciplinary action, the Council may, prior even to investigate the charge, at preliminary level, suspend a professional. So this gentleman or lady, he is not given an opportunity to explain himself, but he risks suspension pending the inquiry. Because it said here, Honorable Soripan has referred to it, Section 2, the new 26 Section 2, whereupon a determination under Section 1, the Council considered that the conduct, act, or omission of the allied health professional is such of a serious nature that he should, in the public interest, instantly cease to practice. We are doing away with that section to give him an opportunity to exculpate himself, but we are giving the Council power now to suspend him at preliminary investigation level. And this is natural justice. Madam Speaker, we, on this side, we believe that he should be, Section 26, which appears as it is in the 217 Allied Health Professional Act, should be repeated in all the bill, namely the Dental Council Bill, the Medical Council Act, and the Pharmacy Council Bill. In fact, we should urbanize this in all the bill, giving an opportunity to the one section to give his explanation. Now, the issue of time. I have appeared many times before the medical tribunal. And we know the time it takes to come to the end of the inquiry. Honorable Suvan was talking about Supreme Court. Yes, but the Supreme Court can take years because there will be action following the decision of the Supreme Court. But here, the victim who has either lost her baby while giving birth, or the baby who is alive who has lost his or her mother when giving birth, the husband, the next of kin, they won't. They need reparation. They need to be compensated. But then the Public Officers Potential Act gives you only 2 years. And this bill does not address the issue of time at preliminary investigation. It does not mention 90 days at preliminary investigation, 90 days at the tribunal. And we know how long it takes at preliminary investigation. It does not mention any time delay at council level. And we know how cases take years and years. Like I say, I have appeared before the tribunal. I will come to the tribunal later. No, there's no mention of the tribunal. But for the council, we need a fast track when it comes to medical negligence. And it is a fact. Honorable Minister, I hope when you sum up, you are very busy talking to your colleague. Please listen to me if you consider this important. Yeah, but we want the Honorable Minister to enlighten us. How many cases of medical negligence has gone to the tribunal other than those with regard to gynecologists? It's only cases where gynecologists are involved. And this is as a must because they are modern. When the baby has passed away or the mother has lost her life, that it goes to medical tribunal. Other cases, the minister will tell us how many other cases where there have been medical negligence has gone to the tribunal. None for the last 3, 4, 5 years, according to my information. So, we have that question of time limit. Now the tribunal, as we say, will hear the case. We give the tribunal 90 days to hear the case. I don't know how many of you have been to the tribunal. First, the place where it sits, there are only 4 benches. 4 benches and a high chair for the 3 assessors, the judge and the 2 assessors. It's in Acha building. The room is this size, 6 by 6. Not even space for witnesses. The counsel sit here, the witnesses sit here. And this is a tribunal who will decide the future of professional. Now when it comes to the tribunal, the chairperson of the tribunal is a judge of the Supreme Court. Now we are telling that judge of the Supreme Court who sit on a part-time basis, and let me tell you, Madam Speaker, it starts at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we sit sometime till 6 to 7 p.m. I have appeared there, and I've sit till 6 to 7 p.m. And even with the number of cases reported there, there is no no way that this judge can deliver judgment in 90 days. No way. When we know how witnesses sometimes refuse to come. All delaying tactics on the part of professionals to turn up when they know they will be cross-examined on delicate issues. And now the tribunal. The chairperson used to be nominated by the Prime Minister because it is an important tribunal. And we know when the Prime Minister nominates somebody, the procedure is that the PM comes through an information paper to Cabinet. All members of the Cabinet are aware who is going to be nominated. And it will be somebody independent. Now it is the minister who will nominate. Why should the minister nominate the tribunal where at the council level he has the majority of people in the council? And the preliminary investigation is done in his ministry under his supervision of his officers. So the minister becomes judge party, appoint judges, investigate the council or hold the nominee of the majority or on his side. Why do we have to remove that power from the Prime Minister? This appears in all the bill. Why do we have? For a less important tribunal, which is as important, let's take the Industrial Property Tribunal. The chairperson there is named by the minister after consultation with the Prime Minister. Here, even the consultation, the minister will do it. And we know in the past what types of minister we have had at Ministère de la Santé. Huh? Now you want us
on anybody else.
No, we don't, because we are giving power to the minister. It's a fact. We don't trust certain people to have this power. Power to nominate a judge, to decide the future of a professional, be it a doctor, a dentist, a pharmacist. Give it to the minister. Madam Speaker, another institution which I want to know whether it is functioning. Let me refer to the report of the Drug Commission. Page 104, paragraph 10.3.10. Oh, he's not here. The pharmacist is not here. The Commission has received evidence from several stakeholders, including the ADSU, former addicts, several NGOs, etc., to the effect that there prevails a malpractice at the level of many pharmacies around the island, one of which consists in an illegal trade in certain substances available in pharmacies. This illicit traffic carried out by the certain pharmacies, in some cases with the connivance of a medical practitioner who often is attached to the pharmacy and fraudulently issue prescription to cover over-the-counter sales effected by the pharmacy. Psychotropic substance for the most are sold over-the-counter, but also overselling of cough syrups. I know that in QPIP. Requiring prescription to certain who are the most likely drug abusers. The presence of empty cough syrup bottles in high number, not far from off certain pharmacies, has been reported by the witnesses. This is what the Drug Commission has seen. And we are supposed to have a pharmacy board. And you know, Madam Speaker, you are Minister of Health, I'm sure you know it, that pharmacies are supposed to keep records. And they submit their report to the Ministry of Health. So pharmacies are supposed to have drug quotas. But how many pharmacists has been arrested or queried by that board, the pharmacy board? Is it functioning, that pharmacy board? Everybody knows. Yesterday I was speaking to somebody, he gave me the name of a pharmacy in Solforido, not far from his place, which opens till 11 o'clock. Selling all side out syrups. In QPIP, everybody knows. Only the pharmacy board does it know. Only the ministry does it know. Can the minister, when he's here, tell us how many pharmacy has been either closed or pharmacist has been queried by the council in the last, let's go for 3 years. 0. Abuse of drugs, abuse, so the pharmacy board has to be reinvented. We have to do exactly what the Commission of Inquiry has said, that we should have an independent board, independent from the ministry probably, to supervise these 350 or 40 pharmacies Honorable Surifan has mentioned. The ministry has failed when it comes to controlling the pharmacies around the island, controlling the supply of drugs by pharmacists to drug users. Now, what have we done with God? It's good that we are disciplining, harmonizing with regard to discipline. But what is the role of the victim in all this? Do you know, Madam Speaker, to have your own files, medical files, from the Ministry of Health, you can't get it. You don't get access. All the hearing which are done, be it at the council, be it at the tribunal, is done in the camera. Not even the victim is allowed to assist. Not even the lawyer of the victim is allowed to have a watching brief. Only the lawyer of the doctor and the lawyer representing the medical council are allowed in the tribunal. So the victim is kept in the dark. He is not aware of what has happened to his case. And never is he being informed by the medical council what action has been taken. In other countries, victims are present as a party civil. They hear, they come, they know the evidence, and they can use that evidence against the tortfeasor. But here, everything is a secret. So nothing for the victim. And can you imagine, I've tried to find out how many cases of conviction there has been with regard to professional in the health sector. There's only one recently. And that gentleman has pleaded guilty. You know how difficult it is to prove? Because of access to information, lack of information. And very often the brief we are given, even at the tribunal level, many important documents are missing. And they call it unused material. For them, it is not necessary to give us. But when it comes to the victim, nothing in that law. Nothing in that law which can call for the victim. And I've said it many times before. Why should public officers be protected when private officers are not? Why should they have a shield of only 2 years? You can prosecute them only 2 years. Huh? They have killed by negligence, not intentionally, but by negligence. Somebody has lost his life, an unborn baby is dead, and after 2 years, his gentleman is free. You can't prosecute him, you can't sue him civilly, because he's protected. Why should he be protected? And intentionally, we know cases has been delayed. Make sure that it went over 2 years, so that after 2 years, he is shielded. He's okay. No risk of being prosecuted. Madam Speaker, we all listen to the radio in the morning about the number of complaints you receive with regard to the hospital. Honorable Surifan just confessed by saying that if you have a desk at each hospital, the queue will be longer than the number of patients in the hospital. Our hospital is sick. There is no procedure to attend to the victims, to those who are being abused. And the certain hospital, civil hospital, at least they have been train the officers to how to speak gently to members of the public. But our hospital services is sick. Those who go there every day knows. Those who go to dailies, we know what problem they are having. They have to wait for a transport till 11 o'clock at night. After their dailies, sit on a chair to return home. You have just to listen to the radio in the morning. They are doing a very good job. They try to solve the problem. But unfortunately, it would seem now that the porte-parole of the minister is not allowed to address issues on radio. What I'm recommending in this particular case, it's time that we have an ombudsperson for health sector. An ombudsperson, we just have one in the financial sector, we have one for children, we need one who can inquire, look into complaints, and investigate matters independently of the ministry. This is very important, independently of the ministry and independently of political interference. I have done, Madam Speaker.